No, you're not allowed, Fogor! Fogor's cool! You're not cool!
Hello everybody, Conkeronine here. I do commentaries because I love tickling people.
I swear, if you ever say that again, then my fist is going in your donkey.
So, yeah, I'm doing another commentary. On who, you may be saying? Well, I'm going to be doing a commentary on a very, infamous user on DeviantArt, who's not really on DeviantArt anymore, but she's still a very hot topic on there. I'm, of course, talking about the well-known, infamous Princess Elizabeth 013. I'll be honest, I don't know much about this girl, and I'm kind of late to the party due to being busy with several other things.
So you're doing a commentary on someone that's mostly known for the DA reputation, when they're not even on the website anymore! And that late to the party thing? Yeah, given that there's responses to this girl that stretch out to a year, late to the party may kind of seem like an understatement. However, I've always said that if you give me a reason to care, I usually excuse hopping on a bandwagon. Even if said bandwagon, as I've mentioned before, has already been hopped on enough. However, as a counterclaim to my philosophy in this particular case, this entire commentary. And I'll definitely get into the big reason this video doesn't fit under my exception later.
But the things I do know about this girl is that, oh man, this girl has pissed a lot of people off, and she even made a girl cry on Skype. Or at least I think it was Skype, but I might be wrong. She's pretty much on YoshiWii1/Christian levels of bad.
Yeah, part of the meat and potatoes that make this entree known as my problems with this video starts with the wording. A lot of this wording, down to him stating he doesn't know that much about this girl, to him flat out admitting that some of the info given about this person may be wrong, comes off as nothing but someone jumping the wagon just to jump the wagon and nothing else. And a big majority of the time, that usually leads to a lackluster at best video.
Anyway, the video I'm going to be doing a commentary on is where she was being interviewed by two users. So, let's jump right in.
Wait, an interview? But why though? Like, I kinda get it if maybe there's some major substance to it, but as I'll get into later, there really isn't. So I'm just left with the blunt question of, why?
I wanted to ask you a few questions. Is that all right? Let me look them up.
You guys caught me at a bad time.
Calm down. It's okay.
My gallery.
I'm not. No one's stalking you, okay? We just want to ask you some questions.
Jinx Drowned stole from my Fur Affinity gallery.
Who stole from your Fur Affinity?
Jinx Drowned, that scourge fag.
You mean this girl? I'll be honest, I don't think this girl stole from you, to be perfectly honest.
Wait, that's it? Like, seriously? That's all you had to say? You didn't explain who that person was, and you sure as heck didn't elaborate on how you know she didn't steal from Princess Elizabeth. I have next to no context on this entire situation, and you, being Mr. 1000 subs here, are failing to convince me that I should side with you, as you are not explaining anything to me.
Well, before we get to that, I'd like to ask you a few questions. Is that okay?
Fine.
Alright. First one. Why do you rely on death threats as your self-defense mechanism? I don't...
Because I was bullied when I was younger.
How so?
Who craps about me?
Girl, using death threats as a way to defend yourself is not a very good idea, and it will only bring more problems onto you.
You know what? Ignore my last blow-up. That was a decent point. Sort of a no-brainer, but hey, at least he's not wrong. Wait a second!
Well, there are people who do care about you. Lots of people do.
I don't think you should I really don't think you should just, result into death threats, because it's not a good way
It's not the way to handle things.
So what you're telling me is, you made an interjection to a point, only for the interviewers in the original video to make the same point literally right after your point is said? So, who are you then? Why are you here? What is my life? What am I doing? Why do I make so much money? What is going on? I don't get you stupid Backstreet Boys out of my video!
If anyone deserves to be rated on, it's Jinx Drowned.
Why? Did she do something very, very stupid like you? Probably not, no.
Are you for real right now? Like, I'm being legit here, man. This is pure, unfiltered confusion. You're literally making nothing but one-off meaningless statements. What's the point? point! And to make it worse, she explains her reasoning the second he cuts back to the video.
She stole from me, that little Scourge fag. She pairs her stupid self with Scourge.
How are you failing this hard right now?
And Scourge is not a real character.
Yeah, he actually is. He actually is.
Not a real thing. She keeps pairing herself with him. And it
You mean
shows her interacting in sexual activity with him.
You mean actual picture of her? With a
Conker?
Photoshop of Scourge,
You there,
the
buddy?
actual character?
No,
Buddy?
she draws them with
Sorry for
stupid
yelling.
faces.
Hello?
Most of
I'm
them
lonely.
are not her faces.
Alright, we'll go on to the second one, okay?
Oh, that text there is you! What, was that statement not full of enough substance for you? Yeah, because the other statements so far were just too important to not make text.
Fine.
Alright, second one. What caused your opinions on homosexuals to be negative?
Because my mother... Never mind, scratch that. Because they don't deserve to live.
Well, can you give us a very good explanation?
What, like you've been doing? Because you've obviously shown me you're just the epitome of elaboration.
How so?
They are the main sexuality that shouldn't be allowed. They deserve to be discriminated.
Well,
I am against gay marriage.
And how ironic, I support gay marriage. Not funny.
Okay, first of all...
No, Ryan, shut up.
TP, what the heck are you doing?
That's not how irony works. There's probably more ways of describing this as ironic, but here's a way that it can be ironic. If she was a lesbian. If she was a lesbian that didn't like gay marriage. Because an ironic statement is something you wouldn't expect given the circumstances. Not a fucking coincidence. I'm gonna go hang myself.
Well, rest in spaghetti, never forgetty. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, on top of your misuse of irony, I don't entirely get why you said not funny. Like, she wasn't even making a joke. Were you saying your statement wasn't funny? Because the way you worded it, I don't get it. My head hurts.
can I put in my 2 cents if that's okay?
No.
Wow, you're really shoving down your opinions down people's throats, aren't you, Aaron?
I'm not even cutting that much out right now. I'm being 100% legit here. There's nothing here. Nothing! This is like the equivalent if you joined the Google call and started spouting, "Yeah, Tanner, you suck," while the conversation's going on. You're not adding anything. In fact, the interviewers are basically doing everything for you. You are not needed.
Alright, we'll move on to the third one, okay?
Fine.
When people give you advice, no matter what the situation is, do
I
you
will not
take the advice
accept
into
it.
consideration?
No. Because of the way they treat me, I will not accept their stupid criticism.
Aaron, criticism is there to help you improve and get better, not get worse. You're seriously starting to remind me of my friend Kyah, who refuses to take criticism sometimes.
Mr. Original, up in here, am I right? Oh, and the random name drop of an IRL friend I shouldn't care about? Goody! And what did this add to the video? Nothing! Nothing at all! Well, editing's gonna be painful tonight! Choo choo!
I'll just open a can of whoop-ass on that idiot.
Whoa, hold on, guys. We got a badass over.
Get your freaking memes out of here right now!
Stay out of this, Mom. Someone's interviewing me.
Do you kiss your mother with that?
Why do you have to do this to me?
But do you realize giving out your first and last name and your
I know!
But do you realize what
Stop
danger you
asking
could...
me that question. Just stop it!
Girl, you do not know how serious that is.
She wants them to stop asking a question that they already asked. How is this a hard concept to grasp?
The reason why people don't always listen to you is because you're portraying yourself as somebody who, how do I put it?
Don't even say it.
I'm trying...
When I say don't say it, it means don't say it.
Why? Who are you? Her mom?
Couldn't the same logic be applied to you and the interviewers? You're not Princess Elizabeth's mom, so by your logic, what room do you guys have?
Okay, I just had to say this. Whoever has the TV going on in the background of this video, please turn it off if there's gonna be an interview. It's a little bit distracting.
Well, what if said person with the TV on doesn't know or doesn't care about said interview? Like, what if it's a family member or a sibling? Are you really criticizing someone in the background?
Have you heard of the song? This is the Happiness and Peace of Mind Committee. And if so, can you tell me what it's about?
I never listened to that song.
Well, let me link it to you.
Well, I am not gonna listen to that song.
Why?
I do not want to.
But
It
why
is
do you
my
not want to?
choice.
But why do you not want to? Can you provide a reason?
No one makes choices for me for what I can and cannot listen to. And you don't have the right to make me listen to it, because you are not my mother!
Oh my god. Okay, listen.
Oh my gosh,
Calm
that was
down.
funny.
We're not against you or anything. We're just trying to ask you questions. And you're being a real asshole right now. I'm sorry to see this. She's trying to interview you, and you're really being rude. Nobody's against you. Can you not do that?
Wow, I really don't like all of you right now. I especially hate that the interviewers are constantly pushing someone to listen to a song, and when the person, who is like 13 from the screenshot you showed earlier, blows up at them, she's laughed at. Heck, you yourself are laughing at her when she makes the point to them that you made less than 2 minutes ago! Also, while we're on the point of the original viewers, this is something that's been bothering me and I want to get it off my chest. I hate that they keep saying, oh, we're just asking questions, even though evidently, especially with the crap throughout the video like this part, that's nothing but an idiotic simplification. Now, I was originally going to drop this point against you and them, but then they say, no one's against you. Which I don't even care if they said that to avoid her getting angry. You can't say that after she has a freaking ED page.
Girl, you can't just take something off Cyclopedia Dramatica with a petition. Once you're on there, there's no coming back. You are going to be on there, period.
And countless videos calling her out, and you, Conker 9-inch nails, are not helping their case. Especially with your earlier comparison of this 13-year-old girl to Chris Chan.
She's pretty much on YoshiWii1/Chris-chan levels of bad.
How do you have 1,000 subs again?
Like, I don't understand. You're like.
If this is for a rape video, then you are damn wrong!
I don't even know you at all, but you are really rude. I'm surprised you have any friends.
Yeah, I'm seriously surprised as well. Why does this girl have friends and supporters?
Remember, guys, they're just asking questions. Seriously, you guys play the good guy card, yet you tell a small tween girl that you're even surprised a single person wants to give her positive attention. Like, as bad as she acts, and I understand how bad she acts, you seriously didn't think of the emotional downgrade a person would have, especially at her age, to be told she shouldn't have friends? Commentaries taught me to hate people.
Like, I'm serious. I'm surprised you have any friends in real life because it's ridiculous.
I do, and I have one friend, you jackass!
You have one friend.
Fuck off.
I don't understand why you're getting so damn mad for. Like, really. It's sad. Like, why the hell would you get mad over nothing? We're just asking you questions.
I'm still on the floor, by the way. Tell me when I'm dead.
Sorry, I'm.
Hey, can I say something? You say that you want to fight people and kill them? Do you realize that if you came to my house, I could beat you down within a heartbeat because I'm a blue belt in Taekwondo?
I'd probably hit you with a chair if you tried coming near me and try to beat me up.
I hit you with a magic metal pipe of pain!
Whoa, hold on, guys. Oh, wait, I just made this joke. Never mind.
Are you really going to just ignore the fact that both of them just said to a 13-year-old girl that they would hit her with a chair and beat her down? Like, sure, the girl's threatening people too, but like I've said before, just because one person does something awful, that doesn't excuse you for being just as awful. By the way, I'm still on the floor.
I hope you all burn in hell, you bitches!
Right back at you.
That was amazing!
And I'm gonna stop the video here because Princess Elizabeth, or Erin as she's really known as, pretty much rage quitted the interview.
Gee, I wonder why! Now, before anybody points out that the specific video we're covering is about a year old, I want to explain. First of all, the content of the video I feel is enough to still cover it, especially since Conker has not shown an inch of regret nor distaste for the actions and opinions spouted in this commentary. Second, not only has Conker not shown an inch of remorse, Conker has also not shown an inch of improving his content or style either. Now, I know Conker's last video was 6 months ago, but to put that into perspective, that video is no different in its awful presentation than his Princess Elizabeth video I covered a year ago. So really the video is still fair game, since the chances that our video will be rendered mute are lower than a game of Limbo with Ludicrous. No! You're not allowed, Cinder! Cinder's cool! You're not cool! Wait, I feel like I've been here before.
Wait, I thought he was hot.
Oh, for God's sake!
Okay, can I address something? You see this shit resolution? You somehow managed to take a high definition video and make it low definition. And no, I'm not talking about the 480p maximum quality this video goes to. I'm talking about the dimensions of the video itself. Now, some of you in the CC might know about the Black Borders Matter thing going around. And if you don't know, allow me to elaborate. It's a commentary community hashtag designed to help videos, especially commentaries, with their presentation by going full screen. While stuff like backgrounds can help, and while the whole process is ultimately optional, it also makes your videos look so much better. Also, one way or another, every video editor allows you to fill up the entire screen, so having a mediocre editor like Windows Movie Maker is not an excuse for not trying to fix this. I get that this CC related issue didn't come up until way after this video was created, and that this issue is still far from the biggest your video has, but these 11 minutes aren't exactly the easiest thing to watch, and this can help for future projects. Like, seriously, the stuff you use for your banner and thumbnails could totally be used as a background for your videos. As an aside, to anyone complaining about commentators bringing up Black Borders Matter in commentaries, if the person is doing a commentary, there's a very large chance that the video had enough problems to warrant a commentary in the first place, and this just adds to the pile of not quite gold that the video is.
Wait, this isn't gold!
Throw it away.
Even if the Black Border bullshittery isn't in play, I would still have problems with your intro itself. Now, I'm not really wanting to go full-blown CinemaSins AIDS again, but the intro by itself is lazy because of how poorly the clip synced up and how little you used for a 30-second intro. Now, for those of you that have seen previous commentaries I was involved in, I want to raise awareness that I don't hate the idea of montage intros. My problem is that how poorly a lot of people seem to execute them, and this pretty much helps my case. Good lord, I feel like I'm in 2012 Countdown Community. The poor syncing, minimal clips, poor aspect ratio, the 30-second length. Ugh! My point is, I don't care what editor you use, you can do better. I don't give a shit how the stereotype of, oh, it's Movie Maker, therefore it has to be shit, because that's not true and you know it. Assuming that he's even using Movie Maker because he proves to show that he can layer edit, but I digress, it's still shit.
This is especially true since Windows Movie Maker isn't even an excuse. It's a reason. There's a difference. Just because you can explain the reason your video isn't high quality, it doesn't somehow make the complaint not exist.
And even then, HD videos can be made in Movie Maker. I mean, Trees of Princess pre-2015 still exists, all those videos are in HD.
Hello everybody, Conkeronine here, and welcome to another little rant video. Now this is a little rant I've been wanting to do for a very long time, but I've constantly been putting it off, but now it's finally time for actually me to do it, and finally get it out and just finally say it.
Wow, I can't believe he's finally doing his rant on Kyah. I've been waiting so long for this to actually finally happen.
I swear to Goat Jesus, Rabbit Luigi, if he says finally, literally one more goddamn time,
I'm now finally going—
shut your dick, you hick!
If I could take just 1 minute because this really irks me. Considering from the speed and tone that you're speaking, I can tell this is scripted. Which is why I find it bothersome that you have repetition that's this bad. A script should always be looked over again and again, by yourself and by anyone willing to look. If you're going to bother making a rant video on someone for the public to view and all that, then please at least pretend to care.
I'm now finally going to be doing a little rant on my old friend Kyah. Some of you may know that I mentioned Kyah several times in my Princess Elizabeth commentary.
Oh, I remember that commentary. Those were fun times.
Huh, I remember it differently.
Oh, of course you guys don't remember how it went down. I was the one who actually made the response to that commentary. Clearly, I remember it the best.
Give me your fucking money!
Wait a minute, I don't even remember that much at all.
And I did 2 message videos on her, but now it's seriously time for me to actually do an actual video on her.
I see dead people.
Hey fag, I bought you a present. It's called a fucking thesaurus, you Toontown playing piece of shit!
Now before I actually
Fuck a duck.
Now before I actually start the ranting in this video, let me give you guys a little bit of history. Kyah was one of the main huge reasons why I actually wanted to join DeviantArt and why I actually joined the site in 2010, and she was one of the very first people I ever watched on the site because I was such a huge fan of her art style and her drawings. Another reason why I thought Kyah was so very, very cool back in the day and I really wanted to be friends with her is because, well, she was into Rareware games.
Please don't remind me of Rareware. I don't need to remember the trauma.
Why not? I thought you liked Jiggy Wiggy.
You know what, Silver? How about I take it to court?
Ryan, let's not go that far.
We'll go to court, you'll have to wear a suit that's too tight for you, and to top it off, I'll show everyone the embarrassing pictures from the Christmas party! Yeah!
Okay, that's enough breakdowns for one comment. Wait a minute, why am I being the serious one here? Quick little editor's note, I'm gonna be speeding up a lot of this because it's mostly freaking filler shit, but we'll address that fucking later, but speed up.
Was 2010. Around the time, I sadly no longer had any friends in real life, and the last kid I was friends with was also friends with a bunch of hoodlum kids that were friends to beat me to death just because they thought I was gay. And when Kyah did this picture for me back in 2010, I seriously could not tell you how grateful and thankful I was that she did this for me, and I could seriously not thank her enough for doing that. And ever since that, I used to always get very excited and always look forward whenever she would upload new drawings. Now, the only problem I had with Kyah back in the day is that she never really talked much. I mean, she was pretty much a freaking mute, to be perfectly honest, and I found it to be a really darn shame because I actually wanted to get to know her better and actually have some great and cool conversation about games and stuff that we like. And I wouldn't get to know more about her until 3 years later in 2013. Now, when Kyah returned to DeviantArt in 2013, at the beginning of the year, I was first totally like, sweet! My old best friend who made me join DeviantArt is back, doing new pictures, and is being very, very talkative. Man, this is gonna be the most awesomest year ever! But by the end of that year, I personally wanted to give her an ultra combo to her tits and see her go flying through the air and then smash onto a car.
Bro, is there, some feelings you need to talk to somebody about? Do I need to get the happy man to put you in the sponge house? Also, why the tits? What do you have against tits, huh? Did a pair kill your family? Did they run over your dog? Is your name secretly Nicholas? Why the tits?
What did we just say about breakdowns?
First of all, what did I say about breakdowns?
Only in churches.
Secondly, it took over 3 minutes for your 11-minute video to get to your
Little
rant. Fun times ahead, everybody.
Take me to church, I worship like a dog in the spot of your life.
Alright, that's enough of the history. Time to actually do the actual ranting, and oh man, where do I even begin with Kyah? No, seriously, where do I even begin with this girl?
I don't know. How about actually doing the rant? I mean, I guess I get the fact that it was a history on the person you're ranting on, but there was plenty of better ways you could have done that without it taking 50 freaking years. Give or take a few days. For example, cut out the details and don't add anything, organize your thoughts better, avoid needless repetition, and here's a crazy suggestion, speak a bit quicker! You're moving through this video so slow you somehow make Ben Stein want to kill himself!
And hell, if the speed of your voice is due to an impediment of sorts, well, I can't really fault you there. Still, there are plenty of workarounds to this, particularly by making your script a little shorter to compensate the speed of your voice, or just speeding it up a bit on Audacity. Considering you gave basically nothing but information for the past 3 minutes, that's the type of thing you want to get out quickly. You know, sonic speed and all that.
Gotta go fast, am I right? Everybody supersonic.
Wrong!
Well, I guess I could start when everything was starting to go downhill with Kai. Now, anyone who knows me on DeviantArt knows that I have a Donkey Kong character, Rock the Crazy Monkey, and I used to have 3 other characters back in 2013. Killer Ray, Sage, and Superfly. So, when Kai saw me and June make our own Donkey Kong fan characters, she pretty much started to make her own, and there's nothing wrong with that, but here's the thing. She pretty much started to take the whole Donkey Kong fan character thing to the extreme and was making so many characters, it wasn't even funny. It was starting to get a little crowded and a little clustered, and some of the characters that she created were just pretty much rip-offs of my characters.
An oversaturation of characters, eh? Well, considering there are plenty of different successful series that has a shit ton of characters, nor do you really explain how many characters is an actual oversaturation and just give an extremely generic answer of a lot. Can we also please keep in mind that these are fan characters? I mean, I can understand if Kai was trying to write a story with all of these characters, but considering you haven't claimed she's done that, I fail to see why she can't make as many fan characters as she wants. I mean, hell, it's not her fault she's more creative than you.
Also, the whole character starting to look like a ripoff of my own art thing. Ow! What? As far as I can tell, the only comparisons I can even remotely see is that the set on the right are both ninja-looking characters, and the set on the left both have large claws.
And if that was really your reasoning, then I guess Ed Boon would have fun with you in the courthouse.
What's with you in courthouses today?
Other than those 2 obvious aspects, what about them makes them look similar? For all I know, your sense of color is so incredibly fucked because of Kai's purple katana-looking ass looks nothing like Edgelord McGee.
And Killer Ann doesn't look like faggoty Freddy Krueger. Or faggoty Edward Scissorhands.
Or just a faggot.
Whoa, Ty! You do not get to say that!
Mr. Vernier, how about you shut your heck, cause you're not my mother?
Honestly, that Killer Rant character bears more of a resemblance to Lust from Fullmetal Alchemist than your fan character. The long black wavy hair, the black dress that starts from her enlarged bust, even the claw thing. Lust can extend her fingertips in such a way that could resemble claws. From design alone, I could totally buy these characters being rip-offs, just not of your characters. Maybe if you went to any detail about their actual personalities, interests, dislikes, you know, more than just the designs of these characters, and make comparisons there, the uneducated audience, like myself, might have something more to go off on to justify calling Kyah's characters ripoffs. Instead, we're supposed to take your word based solely on minimal design similarities.
Gee, it's almost like I'm watching a normal Conkeronine video. Water is wet, homos are gay, and Conker doesn't explain jack. Now, sadly, at the time of scripting this, we couldn't find much left of these characters to really compare with what Conker said, so we can't really prove or disprove the legitimacy of his claim if he was somehow talking from a personality standpoint. Could she have done so? Yeah, I won't deny the possibility, but I'm also skeptical since these bios don't seem to exist anymore, so we'll just keep the bios of your character Killer Ray and mine for later.
And speaking of rip-offs, there's this character.
Lust from Fullmetal Alchemist?
Odd from Code Lyoko!
I will kill.
Killer Ann. Not only is this character a ripoff of my character, but she's also painfully a Mary Sue, as she makes herself out to be the most beautiful thing in the world.
As you can see by the blood on the screen saying you must die. You see how not explaining your points are considered a flaw? Because fun fact, just because the character thinks that they're the most beautiful thing, doesn't mean the creator thinks that they're the most beautiful thing. It's called not being the same as your creation, you dip!
She jumps from man to man and sucks their dicks, has no problems whatsoever what's going on around her, and she has no weaknesses and cannot die.
Okay, let me work backwards from here. Having no weakness does kinda make sense, but at the same time, you could also argue she really doesn't have any apparent weakness. Like, as an example, Goku doesn't have an apparent weakness, you just knock him silly enough until he's down. Who's to say Killer Ann isn't written the same way? Second, she has no problem whatsoever what's going on around her. Okay, first off, English. Second, what do you mean exactly? Like, she's consistently calm and collected at any given situation? Because there are plenty of characters like that. Do you mean that nothing is a threat to her? I mean, I don't know. Your broken English and poor word choice kind of makes it hard to follow. Also, her going around and sucking characters' dicks or even just being attractive doesn't mean she's a Mary Sue. No, not at all. That just means she's a slut. And lastly, considering that in the description of your character claims that he fucking rapes monkeys, who are you to judge what a character does sexually? I mean, hell, if anything, the worst thing Kai's character does is have sex with a lot of people with consent. Your character does the exact same thing without that consent.
Now here's the thing, I was working on giving my character Kyah a weakness because he does have a healing factor going on with him, but here's the thing, Kai didn't give me enough time to fully work on the whole weakness thing for Kyah and started making up asinine things out of her ass, and pretty much ruined all my ideas that I was going with Kyah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to stop you right there, because this one statement raises a lot of new issues. One, so you complain about her character not having a weakness, just to say that your character she ripped off apparently has no weaknesses either. Logic? Oh, but it's okay because you never developed the weakness because you didn't have the time. Okay, but what if I wanted to question if she was in the same position too? I mean, you give no info to the contrary, so why can't we make the same excuse for Kai? And two, when you said she was coming up with asinine ideas, do you mean for her character or your character? And on the topic of these ideas, did you mean for weaknesses or just for general character traits? This point is so poorly worded I can't tell, but I'll tackle all the possibilities at once. If you meant ideas and weaknesses for your character, why would that ruin what you wanted to do with it? I mean, you could just like, you know, not take her ideas, you know that, right? And if you meant she was coming up with weaknesses or ideas for her character, wouldn't that go against your point? If it was weaknesses, then you would be admitting that she has the same excuse you gave for not having a weakness yet. If it was just general ideas, then, oh no, she wanted to come up with ideas to make her character less of the quote-unquote rip-off you claimed your character to be. What a freaking crime! I mean, again, you give zero elaboration to the ideas she came up with or how they affected your character, so now I'm just left in this cycle of complete anger and confusion.
If that stuff wasn't bad enough, just take a look at this picture that Kai did on Christmas of 2013. If you guys do not know what this picture means, Killer Ant has made Rock the Crazy Monkey her own personal slave and just got done eating his dick after cutting it off. Yes.
See?
Kai actually said that in the description and drew this. This was pretty much the very thing that destroyed my close friendship I had with Kai, and she lost a huge chunk of my trust and respect.
Her OC ate your OC stick. Oh well. I mean, it could be worse. At least she doesn't rape monkeys, am I right?
Even if you wanted to play devil's advocate for being explicitly your OC, one, there's nothing implying that this is an actual canon thing. I mean, unless you want it to be, since you unironically made an OC of yours rape monkeys, but I digress. And two, did you think that this might be a joke? I mean, there's like zero elaboration and thought put in this idea, and it doesn't help that you don't like any of her shit. So how are we supposed to take any of this at face value? You want to clear this up at all? Say something! We even brought up the possibility of her shit being deleted, so even if this had malicious intent, nobody can verify any of this! So what the freaking fuck is her deal?
I seriously could not tell you guys how much I felt hurt, lonely, and felt so absolutely very betrayed on that Christmas. I seriously felt like I just got a combo breaker to the face. Thanks, Kai. Just what I always wanted for Christmas. My character having his dick cut off and have it being ate. Thanks. And this is also a huge reason why I decided to revert Rock the Crazy Monkey back into a silly Michael Jackson smooth criminal type character, because I wanted to start fresh and pretty much forget everything that happened in 2013 with the character.
Do we need to elaborate that Michael Jackson has allegedly raped kids like your OC? What the dicking dick? You got issues you need working out? No, I refuse to drop this idea. Fuck, cunt, banana, shit, walnut, peanut butter, pineapple, shell, bricks, melons, oranges, coconut, gun. Oh! Rape monkeys.
Oh, it has a Moonwalker Genesis vibe to it. As in, it blatantly rips the original backgrounds from Moonwalker, the Genesis game. Excellent work, I'm very proud as a parent.
Kyah ripping you off? Terrible, horrible, no good, very bad, read children's books. But you ripping off Michael Jackson? It's okay, he's dead anyways, he won't mind. You could say he was struck by
Michael Jordan.
Now, Kai did say and apologize and said she regrets ever making the drawing and the character itself, but I do think that's a little bit bullshit because she did try several times to bring back Little Miss Mary Sue in some way, shape, or form, but thankfully that didn't last too long.
But did she rip dick off? No, so, shut up, dude!
So, let me get this straight, just to make sure there's no homo involved. The only reason that her apology was fake is because she brought the character back. Not that she did anything with the character when she brought her back, mind you. She just brought her back. Oh, and to make it worse, you even acknowledged that she got rid of the character, implying that maybe keeping her around, in her eyes, could have made you feel uncomfortable, so she killed her off. Even if that wasn't the case, you complaining about her return is nothing but you whining and not letting go of the past like a mature human being.
You mean like us?
Shut up, TP! You forgot to feed my hamster 2 years ago, you freaking pricky McChoey dog!
That was one time, you Rabbit Luigi wannabe! Anyways, it also states that we can't find our killer ant stuff on DeviantArt anymore, and if this wasn't the case at the time of your video, current information has changed, and you failed to address it in your description or in an annotation, so it's likely you still feel this way. In any case, you further going on as if this was still an issue is the definition of stupid.
But wait, that's not all. In 2014, Kai badly tried to get my respect back by pretending to be big fans of stuff that I like, such as the Toon Patrol Weasels, Spider-Man, and Michael Jackson. And when I asked Kai some Spider-Man related questions, like what kind of fond memories and stuff do you have with the character and franchise, she pretty much had no idea what the flying fuck I was even talking about. No, seriously, she had no idea what I was even talking about, and just went to go to show that she was only pretending to be a big fan of this stuff just to get my attention and to badly get my respect back.
Oh no, someone wanted to try and rebuild a friendship after realizing their mistakes, showing that she actually somewhat cared about your feelings and that your negation of her apology could be seen as somewhat insensitive and unjustified. How awful!
I'm gonna castrate a chicken.
You're not even in Bop!
She tried to get into what you were into so she could rekindle old flames. Does that really sound like a bad thing? Really? Yes, Conky, I can definitely see how you were in the right by childishly holding on to a dumb grudge over a stupid picture that you could have easily just ignored and moved past and bashed a person who simply wanted to try and be friends with you again. I definitely see how that works. Are you 6.5?
I also do think that Kai also started to go downhill when she started taking awful advice from the Queen of Mary Sue's herself.
Who? Who?
Yep, that's right. Kai is friends with Cotton Cattail Toonie.
Who?
Oh, that already screams a match made in hell right there.
Who the fuck is that? Who the heck is that?
Okay, for anybody out of the loop, this is Cotton Cattail Toonie. She is known as one of Conker's previous punching bags 2 times over. But guess what? If you were completely new to this channel, you wouldn't know that. So you'll just have to be completely left out of this one, Fagtron.
Oh, but I wanna know. Can you show?
No!
Well, fuck.
They both like to over-sexualize each other just to get cheap internet fame by having guys jack off to their pics because they cannot get a real man in real life to have sex with.
Ooh, we're going down that route, huh? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see how it is. You fucking monkey rape.
The slippery slope fallacy is my favorite one sometimes. So it's because of these drawings that these two girls can't get a date, right? I don't know. I'm certainly not going to jump to conclusions, unlike you. I mean, maybe they're just drawing porn to draw porn. Maybe they were commissions, requests, it could have been a fucking number of things, but no. It's because they're upset about the single status. G fucking G.
You know, if this is how you're gonna treat former friends of yours, by going for low blows and taking cheap shots, then maybe Kyah not regaining your respect might have been a good thing on her end. I don't know about the rest of you, but this paints you in such a bad light that it makes me wonder why anyone would want to respect you, let alone someone who was once your friend.
And Kai's even tried to make herself look like Cotton Cattail Toonie.
You're serious.
Oh my Lanta, you just got serious!
Absolutely very depressing to see someone I used to have a lot of respect for and used to think was a total badass, to now seeing her as a complete and total moron who does the most idiotic things ever and is trying to be Cotton Cattail Toonie too. Now, Kyah has tried to make herself look like a badass again by poking fun at people I've already done videos on, like Princess Elizabeth, but the damage has already been done, and it kind of makes Kyah look like a, oh, I don't know, what's that word I'm looking for? Oh yeah, a hypocrite, because she has done asinine things as well.
I'm literally going to stab my dick with my penis and die.
How's that going to work?
You're gonna have to give me a minute, I haven't figured that part out yet. All I know is it's probably gonna take at least 2 rolls of duct tape and a professional proctologist.
But you're supposed to be a god!
All dicking aside, 1, hypocrite doesn't equal wrong. 2, is the shit she's doing on an even remotely close scale? I don't know. 3, even if she is a hypocrite, I'm not gonna take your word anyways, and so far all you've been doing is saying some of the most asinine shit!
Ranging from acting like a spoiled brat when she doesn't get her way in what she wants, always trying to leave DeviantArt for the most stupidest ass reasons ever. No, really, she does this like 100 fucking times. Totally overreacts when someone like me gives her constructive criticism and acts like a total crybaby, even though constructive criticism is there to help you improve and get better. And let's not forget those pictures where she pretty much kills herself in her drawings. Kai, that's not the greatest thing to do because you're pretty much making yourself easy troll bait.
Woo! Wait! This is gonna be fun to rip apart. First of all, most of the things you show as evidence are so lacking of context, I can't just easily sit here and understand what you mean, much less agree with you. Specifically the constructive criticism segment, because all you show is deleted comments. Not what any of the comments said, mind you, just that they were deleted. And if I can be completely blunt, if these comments belong to you, I'd honestly understand her deleting them given what you consider constructive criticism. For all I know, you could have easily have called her a slut or some other low blow insult that you could throw at her like the remorseless prick you are, and I wouldn't put a single bit of it past you given the entire video up to this point.
Second of all, let's get to those suicidal pictures. It's not a good idea because it makes her easy troll bait. Okay, let me just.
Where's he going?
Oh, I don't know. Fucking Albuquerque for all we know.
Wait, what's that sound?
No! Hey, maybe the whole reason suicide pictures isn't a good idea is because it's a depiction of, suicide, killing yourself. Not sure if you know this, but that's heavy to a lot of people. Like, yeah, you're not wrong. That could make her easy troll bait. Like literally anything ever, but goddamn, this just comes off as completely cold and insensitive.
And here's the worst part of all of this. Whenever she says she has learned her lesson and will never make those mistakes again, she never actually learns from her mistakes. She just keeps making the same mistakes over and over and over again, like a constant cycle that will never end. Again, do you see why I find this to be absolutely very depressing? And oh yeah, I almost forgot. Speaking of the whole man thing, Kyah desperately, and I do mean she desperately, wants to have a boyfriend. Why? Because she pretty much thinks all of her problems in life will be solved if she has a boyfriend and has sex. And she has went through 3 boyfriends already, with 2 of them dumping her with her not controlling her behavior. And at this very moment, Kyah says she has found herself a quote-unquote real man in real life that she has already fallen head over heels for just because she just wants to get laid. You know how Christian badly wants a girlfriend just so he can get sex? Well, you could pretty much apply that to Kyah, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, are you choking me, dude?
Do you feel like a man when you push her around? Do you feel better now as she falls to the ground?
Can I go on a tangent, please? I don't think I've done enough, and my biggest otherwise involves fucking black borders. Anywho, let's first address the whole she's only in it for the sex thing. What? No proof? Nothing to show? Nothing she said? We have to find out for ourselves? Man, good fucking job as the presenter. Well done. You deserve a fucking gold star for that. I'll admit, it's a possibility. There's no proof to the contrary, but with no proof supporting yourself, that's all it is. A possibility. Second off, let's address the comparison. Good fucking lord, you really want to make her look bad, don't you? A comparison to one of the internet's most infamous people? I mean, I don't know if you're wrong, but let's take a step back for a moment, shall we? Let's look at the bigger picture. You had a good 800 subs when this video came out by your own admission, 2,000 now, and quite a few of them no doubt are going to take your word for it and go after Kyah with info that may or may not even be valid. I wouldn't be surprised at this point if people like you are the reason she wants a boyfriend so badly. Because maybe, just maybe, she desires someone who won't treat her like a subspecies piece of garbage who assumes the worst of her life. I mean, not you. I wouldn't even want you if I was in her situation, but I digress.
Bottom line is, when looking at all this stuff now and with Kai continuing to still do shit to this day, I have sadly come to the conclusion that I don't really personally like her anymore.
After all this calling out, after all the low blows, after all the personal attacks, I damn thee with, I don't like her.
She just drifted way too far away from the user that I originally liked so much 5 years ago, and has shown time and time again that she will not change for the better. Now, will there ever actually be a day where Kai will actually improve things like her behavior? Maybe one day, but at this point, I don't see it happening anytime soon. And Kai, if you are watching this, don't throw another bitch fit in another sad pity journal. We are all literally tired of your shit that you've been doing for 3 fucking years now. If you want to actually improve and get better, the best places to start is by not throwing another bitch fit after watching this and making another pity journal.
I'm gonna need lung treatment after this video. Again, after all this shit you gave her, showing little to no evidence for your claims, you know, all that funny fun bullshittery, you attempt to end it all off by saying, "Hey, don't whine about this despite me shitting all over you." Hey, Dick Sponge, do you ever stop and think that you might be part of the problem? Think about it. You have a decently sized fan base and you're making a rant over her despite already having thoughts of depression. Throughout this video, you constantly called her out and made some really nasty blows and just say, "Hey, don't take this personally." Yuck, yuck. Dude, if she is watching your video and she has thrown a bitch fit, then yeah, no fucking wonder. Hell, not just this video, but the 2 others you made on her, with this as a thumbnail, because you couldn't help yourself by being a condescending, remorseless, immature cunt.
Anyway, this is Conkeronine sign out. I hope you enjoyed the little rant. Thank you for 800 subscribers on YouTube, and have a good day, everybody.
Actually hang your goldfish.
Kill me. Right now. With a gun. Do it. I'll take the official shipping of me X a bus going at 80 miles per hour. God dang it!